Welcome everyone to the Saitama Stadium, usually home of Urawa Red Diamonds, but today it is one of the stadiums for the Club World Cup. Yes, Japan is hosting the Club World Cup. I didn't realise we would make it in, but we have, and we are here for today's quarter-final game. But before we get into the quarter-final action of this competition, we have a game against Tokyo Verdy from the league as we wrapped up our league campaign. So, without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and let's crack on with today's episode. With the league title wrapped up and our next game more than a week away, this was a great opportunity for our first team players to show just what they can do, and Sonkrazin did that about 50 minutes into this one. He then went and provider for Nakagawa to get his goal on the 60th minute. Not the greatest of games, only 2-0 as we versed rock bottom of the league, but we had 20 shots to their 6, 12 on target to their 2, a 2.62 xg to a 0.47, 14 corners to 1, 12 fouls to 10, 1 yellow card apiece, 86% passing to 75, 62% possession to 38. As you can see, it was a green across the board, besides Lopez and Komai having solid 6.7s. In terms of the bench, well, Yanagi came on, got a 6.6, and Maruoka also got a 6.6. Could have done with a little bit more from both of those, but in the end, a rather comfortable game. The real question though is, who did we get in the Club World Cup quarter-finals? There is only one way to find out. Let's hop into that game right now. Okay, so before we hop into that game, we're just going to have a little look at a bit of news. The first being a brief update from the board. So the board is happy with our campaign so far. They have even wished us the best of luck for our final in that Emperor's Cup game. I don't think they mentioned anything about the Club World Cup because, like me, they was very surprised that we was even in it. On top of that, we have players named in the Asian Champions League Dream Team. 7 of our players were selected for this, including Obi, Komai and Fukamori. There's a very interesting selection, as you can see. Suga, Fukamori and Komai being 3 of the 4 back line, Obi in goal. Midfield we had Sonkrazin and Fujita, and then up front we had Nakashima. I'm surprised we didn't have a few other players in there, but I will settle for them. Maybe Lucas on this side, although Edmilson Jr. was pretty decent when we played him, and so was Along. So maybe they have been playing pretty well all the way through. I don't know about this guy. He didn't seem too great when we came up against him, and Vieira I didn't see, so yeah. Not quite sure about those ones. Fujita though, his injury, he picked it up for 2 to 3 weeks. I believe that was in the previous game. It was indeed. It was in that second leg where he picked that up. He was out for 2 to 3 weeks, or I should say is out for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not sure if he's going to be returning before the end of the season. Now, May enters the Asian Roll of Honour. Yes, after winning the AFC Champions League, that has made us one of the best managers to ever be in the region. And on top of that, Nakashima no longer wants a deal. That is because he was nagging for a new contract. I asked Miyazawa if he could go sort that out, and he did. He can manage to sort these out quite a lot. So, Miyazawa probably going to be sticking in the team simply just so he can help me with these negotiations, get players to step down from their demands, and he can help in that way off the field. But it is time for today's game as we play the FIFA Club World Cup quarter-final. Okay everyone, it's FIFA Club World Cup time. It is of course time for our quarter-final, and there is only one team in the entire world we could have possibly got this season. Yokohama F. Marinos. You've seen them about 50 times, I've seen them about 50 times. We know what their team is like, we know who their superstars are, who their not so good players are, and well, joining us in this quarter-final is Club America from Mexico and USA. M Algier. Now, Yokohama F Marinos had to play a playoff game just to get into this round. If you're not familiar with how the FIFA Club World Cup works, well, there is a playoff game to get into this quarterfinal. These four teams then play each other, as you can see, for the rights to go into the semi-finals. Now, who will we meet in the semi-finals? Well, the other two teams that are in the competition are the one and only Boca Juniors and Liverpool. So, I would assume the winners of each of these matches will play one of them. I doubt they get to play each other. We play one of them, and then the winner of that, of course, heads to the final. So, without further ado, let's get on over to that dressing room. Let's apply the opposition instructions. It's a packed out crowd here today, ladies and gents. 63,718 tickets sold from a 63,718 capacity. Very good pitch condition, and, well, it's the complete opposite in terms of weather to Qatar. Yes, we've got a wet 14 degrees Celsius and calm compared to the 35 degrees Celsius I believe we had over in Qatar. Now, in terms of our team, it's pretty much unchanged. The usual suspects of Obi in goal, the backline of Suga, Havania, Inukai and Komai. Sonkrazin on the left, Lucas on the right, Lopez in between, and behind them is Applecamp and Fujimoto. Nakagawa up front on a bench consisting of Nakano, Yanagi, Fukumori, Kimintai, Hatsus, Maruoka, Fujita, who currently has a knock. Fujita has about 2 days, I believe. Yes, 2 days left for his rehabilitation. Kishimoto, Miyazawa, Kawasaki and Nakashima, along with a second goalkeeper of Owaka, due to the fact that we haven't got anyone else registered to be able to play. So, submit that team and go to the match. I do find it weird how we can only register, I believe, 24, 25 players, but 3 of them must be goalkeepers, so you must have 2 goalkeepers on your bench. It's kind of a weird situation. We've got as many registered as we can. They've got Leo Serra up front. We need to worry about him. And Marcos Jr. can be pretty good as a provider. Iwata can be up and down. He can be up and down. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he's not so great. But we do need to look out for him. So, as you can see, our recent form has us on 5 back-to-back wins. They, however, are on 2 losses, a draw, and 2 wins. They're going for a 4-1-2-2-1. Leo Serra, of course, being the man at the top of that formation. Now, we are going to change this to their formation. We will keep up the latest scores, because we would like to see who gets through in that other quarterfinal to the semi-finals. Now, Lopez playing it back to Havania. We're only 4 minutes into this game. Can we get something nice and early here? Kanya, ball over top. Nakagawa one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, the defence got back just in time. Put enough pressure on him and stopped him getting that goal. But they are actually the first to get a shot. They've got 2 shots to our 0 at the moment, which is a little worrying. We do need to start shooting, lads. Come on, get the ball and start shooting with it. Okay, we've had 1 shot, 1 on target. Need a little bit more. Maybe this highlight can be us shooting and scoring. Maybe. Let's just demand a bit more. As you can see, we've got a 6.6 here. Inukai's doing good. We've got a 6.6, 6.9, 6.7, 6.9, 6.5. Okay, so Lucas, Lopez, Sonkrazin, and Nakagawa. That front lot, we need to start playing a bit better. Komai, we need more from you as well. But right now, we would just like... Did I demand more? Yes, I did. Good. And to demand a bit more going into the latter stages of this first half. Hopefully we can pick up something going into half time. But it looks like it's going to be a bit of a boring first half. We've had 1 on target out of 1. They've had 3 shots, none on target. We've got a 0.11 XG to their 0.49. 6 corners to 2. 5 fouls to 2. 0 yellow cards to 1. 89% passing to 91. 55% possession to 45. The only notable event was the yellow card to their player on the 14th minute. So, we are going... No, I'm not happy with your performance, lads. Pick it up. Lucas, a 6.4 is not good enough. Especially when you've got Komai sitting behind you on a 6.5. Havnia on a 6.5 as well. Like, our right-hand side needs to pick things up quite a bit. And if they don't, then they will get substituted. Komai, please don't make me substitute you. I don't want to use a substitute on you, but I will if I have to. Right, Lucas, you're on a 6.4. I'm sorry. I can't let you drop to a 6.4. Songkrazin is also struggling on that other wing. What we're going to do is Nakagawa can drop back there. Nakagawa's not having the greatest of games. Okay, this is confusing me. Let me put it back like that. Nakagawa is currently on a 6.6. So what we'll do is we'll bring on Nakashima for Lucas. We then can bring on someone for Songkrazin, because Songkrazin is a little tired, although he's on a 6.7. Komai is struggling as well. So you know what? Yanagi can come on here for now. We'll save our last substitute, because Havani is having a rough one. Nakagawa is having a rough one, but I've just moved him to the wing, so he might play a little better out there. And Havani, I don't particularly want to take off, because we don't want to be bringing on Fukumori particularly for Havani. I would rather Havani just picks up his game a little bit. So let's just demand a bit more of the entire squad. That's gone down okay. We're a little bit late now. We have quite a few players who are lacking a bit of fitness, but if this goes to extra time, I would like to hold on to that last sub, just so we can get a super sub in those extra minutes. Yanagi, though, clears it away, gets it to Songkrazin. Can we break away here on the 79th minute? Ball over the top to Nakashima. Can he do anything with it? Yes, come on, Nakashima! Our backup striker gets a 21st goal of the season, showing just why he was our main striker last season. Nakagawa has been struggling here today, but Nakashima has not. He's just come on and he has just got us in the lead, ladies and gents. Smashes it past Gartler and it is 1-0. Now Songkrazin, he's tired. We can finally take Songkrazin off. He can go off for Kawasaki. We are going to have Kawasaki motoring it down like a motorbike on that left hand side. And the other game, I don't know why I put it on, because it hasn't kicked off yet, and they are pushing up for a 4-3-3, by the way. Leo Serra on the 6.2 is struggling, so they've decided to move the other two guys on the wings up front to try and help him. Now, Gartler trying to build from the back. It's given away to Kawasaki. Lopez, can he do anything? Oh, he smashed it against the crossbar. Unfortunately, did not go in, but we have less than a minute. Hold on. 93rd minute here out of 94. Obi smashes it down this left-hand side where he finds Kawasaki. Can he get a second goal? Whip it in. No. Iwaka gets a lovely tackle in, and it will be Kida on the counter-attack. Tries to play one down the right-hand side. It's nodded back by Havania to Applecamp, though. We have given the ball back away, though. There is only 10 seconds or so remaining. Nice little tackle there by Nakagawa. And I think with 5 seconds to collect this throwing, we have done just enough. Come on, lads. Someone win the ball back. Lopez tripping his man up. Lopez, that is not a smart idea, but it is all over, ladies and gents. We have managed to win this one 1-0 by the skin of our teeth. Just narrowly making it through to the semi-finals, where we will verse either Boca Juniors or Liverpool. I'm not quite sure when we find that out, but we will verse one of those two. Nakashima, of course, 7.8 being the best player. We had 11 shots to their 4, 7 on target to their 0, 1.2 XG to a 0.67, 12 corners to 4, 10 fouls to 6, 0 yellow cards to 88% passing to 88, 53% possession to 47. You know what? Let's go give the lads a pat on the back. They didn't play the greatest football I've seen them play, but they did just enough to get us past Yokohama F. Marinos in this one. Now the question is, who are we playing? And will it be before that Emperor's Cup final? Because if it's before the Emperor's Cup final, then it will of course be our next episode. So, we win our quarter-final. Are you going to tell us who we verse? I will do that post-match bit in just a second. What I would like to find out. Okay, so it is going to be semi-finals 3 days time. So I need to rest up the players. We've got a game on the 14th of December, and then the other game, of course, is on the 26th, because why not have a final on the 26th of December? But I thank you all for joining us. Tune in next episode, of course, to find out who we will verse in the FIFA Club World Cup semi-final. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.